yourselves as a political organization and your candidate?
Simon, if you look at the context, first of all, of general elections in this country, the biggest question has always been the involvement of security in elections. That has been the issue since 2001, which it was even litigated upon in court, the involvement of security. So I don't want to look at this involvement in isolation of the politics, that many times security looks at themselves as an annex of the ruling party. Many times I've had that comment that isn't it time you review? And the question I always ask myself is, if you hide yourself under the law, like we always try to do, to say that, okay, let us use the lawful methods as guided. And then you find, because even security, I even had a Afandem Mhwezi's boss yesterday, Mr. Byakagaba, saying, you know, they crossed the Rubicon. The Rubicon should be the law, should be the standard. The law should be the standard. Even security doesn't have a right to break the law in the course of enforcing the law. If they're using force, it should be force as it is regulated under the law. So the question always
They've always argued that it's measurable force.
Because, Simon, I would ask, in the first 30 days, when we had very little skirmishes with security, what was being done by NUP differently that is being done now? Because the movements were similar. We didn't have any incidents of people saying we've broken into kiosks, you've thrown stones at police officers. So what was different then?
You want him to respond to that?
Yes.
But it's the same police that was handling you.
Yes.
Why don't you ask what different?
So what has gone wrong?
They have changed.
Who has changed?
The NUP.
This is designed
By campaigning in the middle of trading centers. I can tell you, when they went to Nakaseke, they met me along Matuga. They went through. They didn't stop in Matuga to campaign. But now they are campaigning in every trading center. And let me tell you, Simon, if you hear the message, leave alone the campaigning, if you hear the message their candidate is giving to people, unless you're in serious state, you cannot invite people to bring a Tanzania in this country. Me and you know what happened in Tanzania. You cannot invite people.
I think you're turning into a regime security.
I don't know what you call regime security. These are facts. You can
not a professional security.
You can actually.
Campaigns are normally a charged affair.
This is different. You can't say bring a Tanzania. Is that a charged affair?
Well,
what was in Tanzania?
So are you hounding them for that?
What is in Tanzania that you love that they want them to bring here?
What is in Tanzania? There was an election.
What was in Tanzania?
There was an election.
What happened? People attacking the airport and closing it off? People burning the house of the speaker? Is that what you call campaign?
Simon, I think I find them.
So what is the issue anyway?
The issue is that we have a group that actually means what they actually say. You say this is a protest vote, this is a struggle, we are rebels, have the rebel missions, work like rebels, act like rebels, buy matchbox, have fuel. I don't know whether you live in this country, you've read and heard these messages all over. Have you? 2, somebody says involvement of security. What is our role in this campaign or in this process? Do we print ballot papers? Absolutely not. Are we political organizations that will sponsor candidates? Absolutely not.
What is your role?
Our role is to make sure that the whole process happens in a safe, stable, and secure environment. And that is our mandate.
Don't you think you're doing the contrary?
Can you conduct...
You seem to be
Simon
doing the contrary.
And Musisi, can you conduct electoral process in Khartoum now? You cannot. Why? Don't you think we have voters in Sudan?
Afande Donald, in every election episode, the biggest nightmare has always been security.